Hello?
Hello, Jesse.
Who is this?
I'm the one asking the questions here.
Man, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed today.
I have a question for you, though.
Alright.
What's your favorite bargain bin movie?
You know, I found a lot of things good on the bargain bin, but I guess we'll find out for sure on the show.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Craig.
You're so nice to us.
He has gotten nicer, hasn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't screwed up.
Yeah. So
I
that's
always
a
liked
good thing.
Alistair there, though. He sounded so, like, refined.
Alistair was pretty cool. But you want to bring us in for the
Alright,
bargain bins, or you want me to?
I can.
Okay. In
Well,
three.
no, what? You can, because I want to show it's our podcast. You can.
Okay, I can swing that. In 3. Hey, everybody! We are here with a special episode that's going to drop on the 13th of every month, no matter if that's the same date that our normal podcast drops or not. It is a special podcast. I'm thankful that Jesse lets me be on his podcast.
Oh, God. It's our podcast.
You knew it was coming. You knew some way,
I
shape,
did,
or
but I didn't
form.
know where it was coming. I just knew it was coming.
But yeah, we all know that this is Jesse's podcast, and he just
No,
has
it's
me
not.
along.
It's your podcast, and you just said, "Hey, do you want to do this together?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
But our goal with this podcast, this particular episode, is we go through the iTunes movies, or I guess you can find them anywhere else, like Tubi and other places that have like 99-cent rentals.
Tubi has an awesome selection for free. If you've never looked at it, it's awesome.
I've looked at some of their stuff. I mean, you can literally go down the rabbit hole with Tubi, and
phenomenal.
Their anime is pretty good too, except you can't understand what they're saying.
Well, a lot of them are dubbed, I think, aren't they? Should be.
It's been a while since I looked, so I'm not really sure.
I wonder if it's a situation, though, speaking of accessibility, because I know it works with Netflix, but every app's different. I wonder if Tubi will read the subtitles and voiceover like Netflix does.
It's possible. I haven't tried, so I may give that a shot. But I got a lot of other stuff to watch through first. But like I said, the goal here is $1 or less.
It's like the old bargain bin at Walmart, like the old bargain DVD bin.
Yes, because we both love those.
There's amazing stuff. There was nothing more depressing though when you went there, and there was like nothing new.
Oh, you know what really got me, and it would get, Mama too, who was, reading me the titles, when they started repeating, and you get like a whole bin, but like 75% of it is one movie.
Yeah.
But we want to bring that back and showcase some movies that are either free or at most $1. Except for me, I did pay $2 for one of these, but it was to own it. But let's get into it, Jesse. You suggested to me to watch Primal Rage.
Yes, I did. Bigfoot horror, that's my sweet spot.
Which came out in 2018, and it is Bigfoot horror. I really liked it.
Good, I'm glad.
I
wasn't sure like how you'd feel about it.
It was kind of visual in some spots, but still you could tell what was going on, or make a good estimation or guesstimation of what was going on, and I really liked that. And I actually watched it while I was on the treadmill and all, and I couldn't help but laugh whenever the girl, like lost her pants and clothes. So in my mind, I'm laughing because she's like walking around the woods, naked.
Yep.
Or whatever. And being from the South, I mean, we have mosquitoes, we have gnats. So I'm just thinking about,
good.
Yeah. That's why I'm laughing. Like, them going up and biting her and all like her.
That Bigfoot was not Harry and the Hendersons Bigfoot though.
And that show was okay.
That movie was my childhood, sir.
I just I don't know, just something about it. I mean, it's not that I hated it, but it wasn't on the top of my list.
Yeah, I just like the idea of like Bigfoot being friendly because like I wanted one when I was a kid. Like I wanted the friendly dragon. I wanted the monster that was night, like
Yeah,
But this Bigfoot wasn't fucking around. I'll tell you that.
No, and I like how they brought it in about the spirit of their ancestors and stuff like that, as opposed to this just being a creature that's always been. Played off really well. Really good dialogue for those of you who are blind or visually impaired. So easily followed. Of course, we can't tell you exactly what happened in the movie.
Like the parts that were visual, I figured it was just like monster mayhem, kind of.
Yeah, like slashing, shooting, or or something like that. But again, the funniest part to me, and I couldn't help but laugh, was picturing her walking around like butt ass naked with all the critters and stuff that you find in woods.
Oh yeah.
And I have to admit that the redneck people or hillbillies, they give us all a bad name. And I seriously thought about, Wrong Turn, or
I love that movie though.
Actually. Oh, me too. But they reminded me of them, of inbred hicks, and they're out there sodomizing each other again.
I think the thing that scares me, not that it was about this, but with redneck hicks, like inbred, is that kind of horror, like that could happen.
Oh yeah, which is why Misery, the Stephen King movie and book, scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
It literally happened.
Yep.
Now, the next one that you had told me to watch for this, actually, but they had took it off, or at least I couldn't find it, and it came back, was Mayhem. Now,
I love that movie.
Yeah, and it's made back in 2017 and is actually unrated and considered to be a horror movie.
Horror comedy is how I saw it. Like,
yeah, I see it more as
it's more comedy.
Like a comedy.
It's like comedy with horror elements, kind of.
Ooh, hormedy? Could we call it hormedy?
Maybe.
Either way, I did like it. I laughed more than I was.
Oh yeah.
Scared, or not that I get scared through movies, but I mean there was. I guess the horror aspect.
I thought it was like downright funny. I thought that aspect of it.
Yeah, the only horror aspect I can find to it, Jesse, is the fact that viruses are out, and
I
guess in theory things like that could happen, but one of the parts that I really liked was when they were talking about he's like, oh yeah, Dave Matthews Band is awesome in concert.
Oh yeah.
When we get out of here, we're gonna go. I'm gonna buy you a ticket. And I'm like, dude, you're fighting for your life. And then the next thing you know, they're smashing uglies, and it was just awesome. I love the ending though.
Yeah,
really love the ending. That's one of the movies I wouldn't have minded a little bit of audio description to.
Right, I think it would have benefited from that.
Yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't overly visual. I mean, you could hear the blood splashing and the stabbings and all, so it did good enough. I mean, I could follow it. I love the first person account of it, like him recording this as it goes on.
Right. And it's funny seeing that guy. I know you didn't watch Walking Dead, but that guy that was in The Walking Dead, like in a different kind of role, it was funny.
Yeah.
And he had like a comedic side to him.
I wish The Walking Dead was an audio description. That would be awesome. That would be I'd probably binge watch it and wouldn't talk to anybody for a while.
I feel like I thought it was somewhere. I don't know.
I haven't heard, but I haven't looked for a while either.
I'm probably wrong.
But yeah, like I said, this was more funny to me than it was scary.
A lot of your horror comedies are more funny, I think.
Yeah, kind of like Return of the Living Dead, like all of those.
Well, the first Evil Dead was kind of more horror.
I'm talking about like Return of the Living Dead.
I know, but I was thinking of the other one. Like, that's one that was more horror, I think. Like the original Evil Dead, where that woman gets raped by the tree and everything.
Yes, and I know this is your podcast, so I don't
know.
You know I'm gonna give you crap about that, though.
I know. Thanks a lot, James.
Yeah, you're a guest star.
I didn't even mean to do it either. That's what's funny.
And me just being the smart brother that I am, I'm just going to keep harping on it, you know. But we do know that you're going to be on their podcast, so you know.
Yep, at some point, God only knows what I'm going to be talking about, but
yeah, the OG. But you know, for James and them, give us the Jesse sigh one time.
Have you ever heard the Jesse sigh?
I'm sure.
There were times in D&D things that I probably did it, but you were probably so focused on running it that you didn't know.
Let's hear it. Do it again. Huh.
James used to make me sigh a lot.
It's not picking you up doing it. Oh well.
I wonder why it must be Discord cutting it out.
Yeah, it is.
Let me get closer to the phone. Hold on.
Nope. Oh, there we go. Right at the end. Yes. Yes.
It used to be like my trademark, but I haven't had to do it much anymore because no one pisses me off.
And
but if you keep saying it's your podcast, then I'm going to sigh. I mean, my podcast, I'm going to sigh more.
It's your podcast, and you can sigh if you want to.
Right.
I mean,
it's like it's my party, and I'm going to cry if I want to.
I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
Which one?
Babysitter Club, I think. I think that's one where I remember that line from.
That's been for years. I haven't seen that in years.
And I'm not sure that that's the movie. It could be something else. But I actually watched quite a few of the dollar ones because, I mean, they're $1 and the titles sounded interesting. I also rented one called Super Fast.
I heard you talking about that. I've heard nothing. I ever heard nothing about this. But I love those like comedy spoofs of movies. So it sounds like something that I would get enjoyment out of.
Rent it. I laughed and laughed and laughed. The first time I really started busting out laughing was they were setting up the race, you know. And I mean, it's not a spoiler. The first guy was like, yeah, I got 10, I think he said 10 pounds of Tech 9s or something. And then the next guy goes, yeah, well, I have 10 pounds of, I think it was some kind of drug. And everybody's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then the big guy's like, yeah, well, I'm fixing to blow you all out of the water. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. A full day spa treatment. And everybody goes like, oh. And he goes, with the full-on cucumber and, you know, starts naming
Oh, my God,
stuff.
I died laughing. That's funny as shit.
And this one guy goes, hey, man, but, you know, does he have the lavender-scented facial? And the guy goes, what do you think? And everybody's like, definitely. Oh, man, there's so many cracking up moments in here. It's so good to me that I'm putting it on my wish list to buy. I mean, it's something I can definitely watch again. I would have to give it 4 stars, easy.
What would you give Primal Rage, you think?
I'd give it 3.5.
Okay.
The only reason I wouldn't quite give it a 4 is some of the things seemed a little out there, like trying to figure out what was going on, and that's just strictly from a blind perspective.
Yeah, right.
You know, and yeah, 3.5. And we do give half stars here on Jesse's podcast.
Sure.
And Mayhem, I'd have to give it a 3. And I think that's because of the mislabeling of it. At least for me, I don't find it scary or horror. I find it more comedic. And I think people were to label the movies correctly. And I blame strictly iTunes for that. But super fast, yeah, definitely a 4. Definitely a 4, without a doubt. And now we come to the movie that I got you to watch and that I also watched, but I paid
2019's Thirst, right? Was it 2019?
Yes. Let me see. I got it right here. 2015.
2015. Okay.
Yes.
So basically, you have these campers. They're like troubled youths. And is it just me, or did they not seem like teenagers at all? They seemed older for some reason.
I would think like higher aged teenagers, like say 18, 19.
Yeah.
But the premise of the movie, I would have thought like 12, 13, 14.
I would have thought like 16-year-olds is what I was thinking, like 15, 16.
Yeah, that would work too.
They go on this camping trip. The camping trip is supposed to, mold them into the people they should be. And they come across this alien who sucks the blood out of the bodies. And first of all, my first thought is they had no character development except for like, I guess that's normal, but like 2 of the people. Yeah. I liked Bert. I liked the other dude, his nephew. But like, I don't know. I didn't care like what happened to any of them past that. And I don't know. It's weird. Like they, the alien went after them, but is it just me, or did it feel like the alien didn't come after them, like really come after them to the last like 20 minutes of the movie? It didn't feel like a horror movie to me. I didn't feel like there was like any ratcheting up of tension or anything. Except I felt bad for the dude that was just stopping to take a piss in the beginning.
Yeah, I would classify it more like a thriller than a horror movie.
Yeah.
I
would have synopsis sounded good, but I was just a little disappointed, I guess I would say.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more character development. I did like how, though, even being visually impaired or blind, I prefer blind.
I do too. You could follow it, I thought.
You could, because when it got staticky or you heard that,
that thing's coming.
Yeah. I really like when movies do that.
Yeah. God, I interrupted you, and it's our show.
No, it's your show. You can interrupt me, sir. I'll sit down.
I didn't get to ask anybody, but I wonder what the alien looked like. That was my only wonder. Like if it looked cheesy or anything, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I would like to know that. Maybe I can get somebody to look at it and let us.
Maybe you can ask Larold.
Well,
since he doesn't like that name, my game is to get the name of Larold into every episode.
Hey, we can do that with the title if you want to. I mean, it's your show, so let me know.
But I just felt, I don't know, I just felt like the monster was always there, but it wasn't really a threat. I didn't feel like till like the last third of the movie or something like that.
I know what the alien looks like. That actress that you wanted Larold to look at. Yeah. But I agree with you, man. It's like it popped in and out to me, and then right there, last maybe 20 minutes, it's like, oh, it's nothing but the alien.
It's like, oh, it's serious now. It's like,
yeah,
and I was so glad when that one character died. I could not stand the one that was always the teenager that was always an asshole to everybody.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name right now.
I know who you're talking about.
But I was so happy when what's his name beat the shit or got in that fight with him.
Yeah, he was trying to be like a little thug.
He was an asshole.
He was. He reminded me of, well, me sometimes when I'm running games, but But all in all, I thought the movie was good. It was good for $2 to buy. Definitely worth the 99¢. I think if I'd have paid more than $2 for it, I'd have been upset.
I'd have been upset if I paid $2 to buy it, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like it started out with such a, like, I was into it, and then it just, I felt like it went like I was in the beginning, I'm like, ooh, and then it like went nowhere, I felt like.
Yeah, and it's one of those movies, Jesse, and I know you've come across them where you read the synopsis or the summary or
I was like,
whatever.
oh, yeah, I was into it.
And then the movie, like the synopsis, you're like, oh man, this movie's a straight up 9 or 10.
Pretty much every day at Blockbuster back in the day.
Yeah, and then you watch that actual movie, like, maybe a 2.
I feel like this is a movie that probably would have had cool box art like back in the day.
Yeah, it would have to have the picture of the alien on the front.
It would make the alien probably look better than it does in the movie, I bet.
Yeah. Now, here's the question. Did you think it was cheesy or just not done good? Like, all in all, the movie.
Just not, I didn't feel cheese. I just felt like it wasn't done well. I didn't feel like anything like this is fucking stupid. Because, like, I cared about what happened to Bert. I cared about what happened to the main guy, whose name I can't think of right now. And you kind of cared about Courtney for the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, but all in all, I mean, I agree with you. I could take or leave any of them. You know, I mean, none of them really, like...
I wanted to know more of a backstory on Bert, like, why what happened. Like,
right.
I thought we were going to get that too.
While they were in such trouble, both financially and, But, I mean...
Like, I cared more about that stuff than the alien. Like, I cared that I wanted them to be able to pull themselves out of that financial trouble. Like, I cared more about that shit than what it said I'd care about.
And the ending, was the ending a little over dramatic for you, but still did nothing?
I just thought it was. I was gonna say it's kind of abrupt, but at the same time, it's kind of what I thought it would be, considering we didn't get the alien, like a lot of the alien, till the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, and you didn't know until the end that the alien had a baby. What?
Right.
You know, and hey, spoilers or whatever you want to say. Yeah. It's like
$2 movie.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden they have 4-wheelers and all this gas and can get to this house really easy. What?
Well, did they get that from the aunt? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, I believe that she was the aunt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like all of a sudden, they're there.
They wouldn't have been able to get to the house till like the end.
Yeah.
They like got to the house like it was nothing.
Yeah. It was good for what it was, but I was really let down. But now it's time
and I don't know, you don't watch it. I know you didn't watch a lot of TV, but I expected to like enjoy it like I would a Sci-Fi Channel movie, and I didn't.
Or like a movie on TMC or something.
Yeah, like something. Yeah. It's like bad, like it's bad and stuff like that, but you still get enjoyment out of it. By the end, I'm just like, I was kind of like watching the time, like I'm ready for this to be over.
Yes. And I didn't get that with any of the other movies that I watched, but I definitely got it with this one.
And I really like this bargain bin thing because it makes you watch movies like I'd never heard of this. And I like watching things that I've never heard of before.
Quick story.
When I used to rent things.
Well, Mama, back when Movie Gallery was a thing or other video stores, she would pick some of the worst movies because...
There was a fun part to that, though, don't you think? Like, there was something about it where you're like, well, that sucks, but it was always fun to, like...
Well, it's always fun to watch movies with people,
Yeah.
That's true, but, like, I mean, these would be, like, straight-up cheesers.
Yeah.
Like, you would have to... Yeah, you'd have to stop the movie, go to your local grocery store, get a box of crackers so you could come back and finish the movie.
Do you remember any of the ones that does anything stand out to you, or do you not remember?
I can't remember the name to it, but there was this one about garden gnomes. And I cannot remember the name to it.
That sounds like it'd be like awesome. Like terrible, but like awesome at the same time.
Yeah, although I will say she's the one that introduced me to the horror movies such as Night of the Living Dead and then, Return of the Living Dead, which has gone on to be a thing. And I think I like 2 or 3 movies on in that whole collection. And yes, they're cheesy. Yes, I know. Do you know what, Jesse?
There's more cheesy movies out there than those, though. That's not, to me, that's not cheesy. Like,
but I love them. I love them.
Yep.
I can't remember the name of it. That's gonna bother me. It's probably something stupid like Gnome, you know. But,
or like Gnome or something.
Yeah, Gnome. That's a French gnome. Gnome. But all in all, Jesse, when it comes to Thirst, what would be your stars? Final call.
2.
2? I agree. It's definitely a candidate for the worst movie award that, we're going to give awards at the end of the year.
You know what I will say about it, though? The acting I didn't think was horrible. Like in a lot of these, like sometimes in these like lower end horror movies, like you're like, oh, this fucking acting's terrible. They weren't bad, I didn't think.
No, it wasn't horrible. I've seen better, but I've seen a lot worse. Yeah.
It was just more disappointing than, oh, this sucks.
Right, and like that movie. Oh man, what's Planet 9? I think Planet something
that's so bad. I liked it because it's so horrible. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but the acting in it is just
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, and the cheesy music, no, no, But
now I'm gonna have to go watch or like I don't know if you watched it. I know I mentioned it to you. Worst movie I think I've ever seen, even though I know it's like laughably bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it in a weird way is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
I've never seen that.
It's out there on YouTube. That is probably legitimately, and it's supposed. I mean, everyone says it's bad. There's like a weird charm to it, but it's probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
Kind of like a Hulk Hogan movie. They're bad, but you still like them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to, if you have the link to it, you have to send it to me. And
yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
I'll try to watch it. Although I do have to give Jesse props. He did find one of my all-time favorite movies, Comrades of Summer, on YouTube, and I hope that they don't take it down. See, it had been years since I tried, so.
Yeah.
But
the only thing is, it's a VHS copy. I think you can hear like the VHS thing running in the background, but I think you'll still be able to watch it.
Ah, that's fine.
Like static in the back. You know how VHS are like.
Oh yeah. You know what I also hated watching VHS is when they would break or get caught up in all of the spindles and gears and all inside of a VCR.
My dad and I actually ruined Top Gun because we watched it so much on the VHS we recorded it on, and it broke like that.
I broke 2 Tommy Boy VHSs.
Jesus.
Yep. And I actually did wear out a DVD of it as well.
I've never wore out a DVD. I've kneeled on a DVD or a PlayStation game and broke it before. So I had to buy my girlfriend at the time, had to buy her a new copy of it because I kneeled on it and broke it. It was on the ground.
Don't that just suck? Because you hear that and you know.
It sucked, but at the same time, like, I'm blind. Why the fuck would you leave it on the ground?
Well, why would you put a disc on the ground anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
But,
fuck you.
Yeah. He goes into the bargain bin.
And that's pretty much, I think that's it for me.
That's it for me.
I didn't really watch anything else. What are we going to do next week? Do we have any idea for the regular episode?
I don't think we've established anything, but we usually do that through WhatsApp too. So, be sure to check out our website that I created and Jesse gets credit for. unseeingcritics.
He created and I reimbursed him for his time.
unseeingcritics.wordpress.com.
Did you use it? Did you get anything from that yet? Like, did you rent anything or anything from that?
No, because I had some iTunes Apple stuff that was coming out, and it took that first. I was like, man.
Yeah, I hate when it does that.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. You should have gotten the invite to join the
I did. I'm
blog.
going to set it up on the laptop.
Gotcha.
But yes, unseeingcritics.wordpress.com.
And you can email us. Jesse allows me to check it at unseeingcritics@gmail.com. But, Jesse, what did you think about our first episode of the Bargain Bin?
I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. I actually really enjoyed it because I feel like this might have been the deepest we've dived into a movie yet.
I think so. I think so. Let's see if we can pick one right now off the top of our head. Do we want to watch some Tubi or do we want to do a rental? We'll just say that here.
Why don't we do a Tubi?
Okay. You know, I always do. Is it Tuvi or Tubi?
Tubi.
As in boy?
Yes.
As in ball?
Yes.
As in bada baba bing dang?
Yes.
Ooh.
Jay.
No, Joyce.
You know a movie I've never seen? I'm not talking about doing it on here, but just made me think about it. The Cannibal the Musical that the guys from South Park did before South Park. Never seen that.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just one of those things that, like, I called at a glance, like, huh.
I've always been curious.
Maybe
because it's always funny to me that they can act. Those guys can actually like sing.
Yeah.
Like even the Cartman voice, so legit sing.
Oh, Basketball! I love that.
I haven't seen that in years. I would love to watch that again, actually, for this sometime.
It's on iTunes, but no, it ain't. But yeah, that's it for this special edition of the Bargain Bin.
Special edition.
Edition.
Sound like 2XL.
Yeah, we will be reviewing. What do you think? 3-4 movies, a movie a week from Tubi. That should be fairly easy for both of us to do.
Instead of just doing the Bargain Bin, how about we do? Well, I don't know. I was going to say one movie a week and the Tubi one as well, maybe, or should we just do alternate Tubi and Bargain Bin?
We could actually do both if we come across something for this.
All right, we'll just do it that way.
Podcast.
Yeah.
That works.
That was fun, though. I enjoyed it.
2 from Tubi and 2 from the 99-cent rental.
All right.
That work for you?
I love the 99-cent. How like we each pick one for each other.
Yeah. Oh wait, you need to get permission though.
Bitch, I do what I want.
Sound like Cartman.
You could tell I'm 180 miles away, can't you?
Yes, you can. But everybody, we enjoyed it. Remember to share and subscribe. Check us out at the website. And what's that website again, Jesse?
unseeingcritics.wordpress.com. I am tentatively planning on writing reviews like throughout the month as I watch something, maybe.
Of all kinds of stuff. So yeah. And I'll try to do the same, although I do have a lot on my plate from time to time.
Yeah.
And we will catch y'all later. See you later, freaks.